Hello CUBE fam, I am Kristen Martin here at Dell Technologies World. It's day 2, we are on the show floor, and we're in Las Vegas. It's a desert, but we've got oceans of data. We're going to be talking with Sullivan. He's at Oregon State University, and I'm actually going to let him introduce his title. It's very academic with lots of letters.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm currently the Director of Research and Academic Computing for the College of Earth, Ocean, and Atmospheric Sciences. I've been at Oregon State for 26 years as a researcher and an administrator.
Well, thanks for coming on theCUBE. You've been on the program before.
I have, and I talked a little bit about some of our work in plankton before. Yeah.
We're going to talk about more than plankton today.
Yeah, a little bit more today, yes.
Yeah, you got a great booth here, a nice demo going on. We'll talk a little bit about it.
We have our military-grade simulator of our ships. We're building 3 actual research vessels. They're kind of like an evolutionary step to building the Star Trek Enterprise. It's a real research vessel. It has hundreds of miles of cables on it, and we're just piloting it with sensors and cameras, and we actually put a data center on the ship. So that way we can do some of that work that I talked about before in the plankton, where we can monitor the planet for climate change and ocean health.
So you're monitoring plankton, you're monitoring things happening in the ocean, but there's plenty of other things that you guys are monitoring. We want to hear a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I wrote a really crucial algorithm to help us understand how we're dealing with our forests. I wrote a sound algorithm where we can find all the animals in the forest using sound. And so one of the funny things is we can find it when a tree falls in the forest and nobody's there, we can tell you it does make a sound. And we can tell you when planes fly over and when it's raining. It's a really nice algorithm because it allows us to monitor endangered species. And monitoring the endangered species helps us enable the lumber companies to actually take down trees without affecting habitat.
That's pretty fascinating stuff. And you're using Dell technology to help manage all of that unstructured data.
We use a lot of Dell technology. Right now we have PowerScale, for example. I mean, AI is really a data problem, and data storage is the most important piece behind AI. And so our PowerScales are at the heart of a lot of the work that we're doing. And then we have a lot of PowerEdge devices to do the processing. And so we leverage a lot of GPUs and a lot of CPU at the same time. So when we look at the sound algorithm, we've been doing that since 1996. And so because of the new technologies, we're able to go back all the way to that old data with new models and mine new information out of that old data.
That's very, there's so many questions. I know we only have a few minutes to chat about it, and I could go down a black hole. But tell me some of the cool things that you've learned from being able to leverage that older data.
Yeah, so we're now starting to couple the sound data with pictures, and we have camera traps out in the field, and so we can actually see the animals that are going by, as the deer and things like this. We actually get lots of pictures of bears, specifically bear butts, because they like to rub up against the tree and scratch themselves, and so it's kind of intriguing to see the world from that context. And we can actually tell you now, even when there's male and female, and separation of that, and which direction things are heading, so we can actually correlate if the males and females are mating and stuff like this.
Very good. Yeah. Well, so I know that one of the other things that we wanted to hear about, you mentioned AI, obviously dealing with a lot of unstructured data. One of the key points from Michael Dell's keynote yesterday was talking about how AI can really power your purpose. You've got a real purpose here.
Yeah. So, I mean, ultimately it's about moving AI closer to the edge. Almost all the data we're talking about is at the edge. And instead of trying to bring it all the way back to my HPCs and to my infrastructure, why can't I start doing it a little bit at the edge? There's a temporal aspect to all the data we're working with. If I can't get it through in a timeline that's meaningful, it becomes unuseful data. So if, like the plankton, for example, if I can't get it through in days and weeks, and we're taking months and years, it's no longer valid and relevant, especially for the lumber industry and the sound algorithm. If I can't tell the lumber industry what's going on before they want to cut down trees, it's meaningless. And so we have to leverage really sophisticated hardware to help us get that data through a time and put it out at edge. We're trying to put actual AI into the forest so that way I can tell what's happening in real time or semi-real time. We've already done that on the ship, and we put data centers on the ship to help us make sure that I can actually move the boat around and make sure that we're getting meaningful data instead of coming back with no data at all.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for your time today. Before I let you go, I'd love for you to tell our viewers where they can learn more about what you're doing and how they can, if they're interested in.
Yeah, so we put out a lot of information through NOAA and the National Science Foundation, and a lot of that's pushed out to the public. So I put a lot of stuff into GitHub, we put a lot of stuff out there and accessible to the world, and we've now got LLMs running, so people can just come to Oregon State and start asking questions, where's this data, how do I get access to this, and we'll just start providing it.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay.
For all the viewers out there, make sure that you tune in for more live coverage from Dell Technologies World at thecube.net. And also be sure to check out our previous programming with Oregon State for Oceans of Data, also at thecube.net.